Hi, everybody. Welcome back to RVAsec 2024 or RVAsec 13 in the 13th year this year at the Marriott Richmond, June 4th to the 5th, 2024. My next guest, I'm very excited about this conversation. Kymberlee Price, the founder and CEO of Zatik.io. Ms. Kymberlee, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Now, we were just talking about naming and branding, and Zatik, you know what? I'll tell you what it conjures up to me. It sounds like a really good candy bar. Like something you want to have. It's a great name. It's a great name. We're going to talk about your lecture at RVAsec, Let Them Eat Cake. Now, this is something I've been preaching for years, and I didn't even know I was preaching it because I came from physical security where we do things not really differently, but in a different vernacular, right? So your topic is secure by design, shift left, and DevSecOps are all nice, but totally out of reach for small, medium businesses. I've been saying this forever. Every person interviewed at Black Hat, hey, you got an application for Joe the Plumber? No, we're giant enterprise kind of thing. You know, Joe the Plumber is where the vulnerabilities are. That's the guy that has a contract with Disney and his Windows 7 computer isn't protected and he gets in and that's where we get the breaches from. So I hear you on this stuff. This is really fascinating. We're going to talk about a term called SMB. Define that for me.
So SMB is an acronym used to describe small and medium businesses. But what a lot of people don't understand is just how small that is and also why SMBs matter. So SMBs make up about 44% of the US economy, and half of all Americans are employed by SMBs. And so it is not just, oh, they're small, they're inconsequential. They're a huge part of the American economy. And I realize we're in a global economy now, but this translates overseas as well. So a small company is considered under 100 employees with under 50 million in annual revenue, while a mid-sized company is 100 to 1,000 employees with 50 million to $1 billion in annual revenue. So this is a big driver of the U.S. economy, just in very small amounts. And so what we end up seeing is that this is not just your plumber or your hairdresser or your accountant or your local clothing boutique. It's also tech companies. There are small to medium-sized tech companies like Kymberlee, which tons of people use. But if you only have 100 employees, do you really have a security team? Are you investing in the 20 different security tools you need to secure your dev pipeline? Because there is no comprehensive security. You've got to go get a SAST tool. You've got to go get a DAST tool, those being static analysis and dynamic analysis of your dev pipeline. You need software component analysis. You probably need a cloud posture management tool. There's a ton of tools, and I call it the security tool layer cake, because you just have to layer them one on top of the other. And imagine if when you bought a car, it didn't come with seatbelts or turn signals or airbags, and you had to go research which ones do I need for my car and how do I install them correctly, and how much will it cost me to install them and maintain them? Would it be cheaper to just hire somebody else to do it? And you're distracting someone from their core business of delivering accounting services or delivering a tech product. And so I want to uncover some of these complications for the security industry and talk about how we can change the way we do business to better service these customers.
Well, this is all common sense, and I applaud you for this. It really is something we need to focus on, really more so than the big box companies. They got a whole team for that kind of stuff. Why can't these small companies, small businesses, just adopt DevSecOps practices? Now, I would not call that. I would call it SecOps Dev. In other words, I would say you better put security in first, then come up with an idea to work around the security so it works, and then let the marketing guys go out and do things. But that's not time to market. They don't make any money that way. Development guys come in, slap a code on it, put it in a box, and then they put security on it. And we all wonder why we have problems, right? I mean, this is what's going on in the market.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I get so fired up about DevSecOps and how it's failing, because what you said about we should do the security first so that then we build development around it. I'm going to challenge that because I would say security is just engineering and it's just quality engineering. So we need to stop making it different and we just need to embed it in the engineering practices. So quality code is reliable, quality code is well documented, quality code is accessible, but quality code is secure. And so how do we build security processes into engineering workflows by default so that the developer doesn't have to go look at a security dashboard and intuit what these colors and numbers mean? How do we just make it easy for them in their workflow to do the right thing? And I actually have spent the last 2 years speaking about that topic. And then the more I get to know small and medium businesses, I'm realizing they're not even there yet. Like DevSecOps isn't a reality for small to medium businesses. You get to the medium and larges and they're trying to implement it, but it's still not going well because security is a wrench in their workflow, which is we're trying to create a product. And if there's no product, there's no security. So you can't block time to market and you can't block innovation on making it secure. We have to break down that friction and build better workflows.
Well, this
Thinking
is good.
about,
Go ahead.
sorry, I was just saying, we have to think about it as a developer usability problem. So the secure developer experience, what is their UX? And actually security teams need to treat developers like they're the customer of the security team and think about how do I make the security experience delightful for developers to do the right thing without effort.
Now, it's interesting you should say that because when this argument first came up in discussions when I started Black Hat 10 years ago, the discussion was that it's about a time to market issue. And I don't have time as a developer to wait for you to put in some security code. It delays the process. We have a shortage of security coders, right? So blah, blah, blah. We'll fix it later. And that seemed to be the problem 10 years ago. I like your take how this has shifted a little bit. It's shifting back towards let's all work together as a team, of course, which is important. Now, if we're talking about SMBs, does that mean that RVAsec attendees from big box companies should not attend your lecture? I think they probably should. What do you think?
I need the big companies to come to the lecture because they need to understand their customers. They need to understand that a small and medium business that is a tech consumer, the clothing stores, the doctor's offices, the accountants, the plumbers, you have to treat them just like a consumer. Even though they're a company, they're just like our neighbors down the street who probably aren't patching their router, probably don't even realize their router has a password. They're experts at plumbing. They're experts at whatever their subject matter expertise is. They don't have IT teams. And so I need those big companies to understand the lived experiences of those companies because I need big companies to do better at secure by default. You shouldn't have to buy 14 additional products to secure something.
I misspoke. You're the keynote speaker. That's even more significant, right? That's a big deal.
I am speaker on June 4th.
All right. This is going to be a really good lecture, a good keynote speak. I think people really ought to pay attention to this. To your point about big box companies, I was in on a security team. I was doing physical security assessment, not cyber. But we found out during the cyber assessment that the guy at this municipality, a bus line, had not upgraded his Apache patch for 15 years. 15 years. And they knew they didn't do it, but the reason he didn't do it is he was afraid it would break something else, right? So I don't think this is a difficult solution. I think it's a matter of motivating people to understand to do the right thing. And you have the answer for that. And I think you're going to be really well at this. Let them make cake. Make sure you see Kymberlee Price at RVAsec 13, Marriott, June 4th to 5th. And I look forward. I wish I could be there in person, but maybe next year.
Well, I look forward to meeting you maybe this summer.
Excellent. Thanks.
Bye.